Well, guys, man, Mary Kay Cabot, man, is at it again, man. Mary Kay Cabot is real delusional, man. And I just think Mary Kay Cabot believes in what she believes in. And she came out with a story early in OTAs, and she gonna stand by it. She believes that Deshaun Watson was always ahead of Shedeur Sanders in this quarterback competition that Todd Monken said it was going to be. And we all know Mary Kay Cabot jumped out there like a cabbage, all head, no ass, and broke a story and said Deshaun Watson is the leading man in the building, and you might as well give Deshaun Watson the quarterback one position for the Cleveland Browns. Now, we all know Todd Monken stated that this was a quarterback competition between Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson, and Dylan Gabriel. But Dylan Gabriel has now become an afterthought, and now it's between Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. Now, we all got the receipts on what Mary Kay Cabot broke early at the beginning of OTAs. Mary Kay Cabot broke the story with my breaking news here that Deshaun Watson has taken the lead over Shedeur Sanders in the Browns quarterback competition and has the inside track to win it. I think they should declare him quarterback one ASAP and let the first team offense start to cook. There's no time to waste. And then she wrote an article talk about how Deshaun Watson emerged from voluntary minicamp with an edge over Shedeur Sanders, source says, and has the inside track to be named QB1. Then she also said, I think they should just declare Watson QB1 ASAP and let the first team offense start to cook. There's no time to wait. That was wrote by Mary Kay Cabot. But we have some discrepancies in what Mary Kay Cabot said, and we're going to talk about it right after this.
What's up, K-Sap? Yeah. James Ford, that's me. Let me talk to him. Let's get it.
I'm simply ball dropping. Simply ball dropping. Chopping up these topics, man. I'm simply ball dropping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Nah.
Hey, let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. It's my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for your optics. From politics to your top picks. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio, stereo, pumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man. I got something to say.
And now, your host of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the man behind the mic, K-Sap.
Well, guys, you know I got something to say, man. I think at this point, man, Mary Kay Cabot is reaching. She's delusional right now, and I think it's because Todd Monken, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, has actually already put Mary Kay Cabot in her place. So now Mary Kay Cabot is talking just to hear herself talk because, you know, the reports that she said earlier in the voluntary mini camps, she declared Deshaun Watson QB1. Now, I have to question some of the things she's saying now because now she realized that this is a quarterback competition and Deshaun Watson was never the front runner for quarterback one. You put a narrative out there, everybody ran with it. But Todd Monken has debunked it every time, letting you guys know that this is an open quarterback competition. These two quarterbacks are going to fight it out. So now, listening to some of the things Mary Kay Cabot has talked about, I don't think she really believes what Todd Monken is putting out there, because some of the things that she's saying is going against what the head coach has been talking about. And basically what Mary Kay Cabot is doing is she's creating her own stories. But now it seems like she's walking back a lot of things, because her and her two compadres, I call them the Three Stooges, they reporting on things after what they've seen, and they say, well, Shedeur Sanders is looking great. You know what I'm saying? This is a quarterback competition, and Todd Monken is not ready to name his starter. But Mary Kay Cabot put that report out there early. So now listen to her on the morning drive with Anthony Lima and Ken Carman. Mary Kay Cabot basically is really telling on herself, and she gives away the reason why she thought Deshaun Watson was the leader in the ball club and was on pace to have the inside track to be quarterback one. So, guys, I want you to pay attention to what Mary Kay Cabot said on the morning drive with Anthony Lima and Ken Carman, where she stated her reasons why she basically put that article out there on the reason why Deshaun Watson had already been claimed, from what she said, as the quarterback one for the Cleveland Browns. So take a listen.
820, Mary Kay Cabot joins us right now on the Wise Heart Right, We Make It Right, Call Kyle Right hotline. Hello, Mary Kay.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
Doing wonderful. It's good to talk to you here. Lima just got me all worked up, upset. Let's just go down to it here. Let's get down to the brass tacks. Stop laughing. It ain't funny. Is Deshaun Watson letting this job slip away, or is Shedeur Sanders taking it from him?
Well, I don't know if he's taking it from him, but he's making it a competition, Shedeur is. And I think that's good. I think that's good for both guys. Competition brings out the best in everyone, and it's probably good for Deshaun to have somebody nipping at his heels so that, you know, that he continues to keep the pedal to the metal and get better and better and realize that he has to earn this job too, just like Shedeur would. So I understand where Todd is going with this. I don't necessarily agree with it. I mean, I think if he does feel that he has his guy, he should start training camp with, sort of a known QB1, at least internally. And I also think during the 5-week summer break, it just would help everyone to kind of know who to rally behind, who to get behind, and to get everybody pulling in one direction.
They know who they're going to rally.
Well, that's interesting about the slight Todd criticism. Mary Kay joining us right now. I know you weren't coming in guns a-blazing saying you were going to let him know that he's doing this wrong, but I've been kind of the mindset that, hey,
it's
look, if they're this
close
or one has not really emerged, then what's the rush? I mean, they're not even really getting a real pass rush yet. They're not in jeopardy of getting hit. They're not even wearing pads. And I thought it was going to be hard for either of them to really look on a different level than the other. So I thought, why not take our time here and really have more time to examine this?
All of a sudden, take their time.
Well, I'm sure that's the wisdom behind Todd Monken's decision to carry this thing into training camp. And to Shedeur's credit, he's worked so hard over the past couple of weeks that he has kind of brought himself a little bit from behind, because Deshaun was ahead in the early going, even though no one was ever willing to really state that publicly. Deshaun started out this competition a little bit in the lead by virtue of his 3 Pro Bowls and his sort of mastery of the Todd Monken offensive concepts, the fact that he's taken teams to playoffs and things like that. So a healthy Deshaun Watson was in the lead, and Shedeur just refused to be denied. And I think that's good. That's what you want to see from your second-year quarterback. That's exactly what you want to see. So now we'll have to see how it goes once they get to camp. But the thing to remember here is that it will be very, very difficult to really, truly evaluate either quarterback until they're in live action.
Wow,
and even preseason games are fool's gold to a certain extent. You can be a preseason star, and then when you get to the games and people are game planning for you and taking away your strengths and working all week to make sure that they neutralize you, that's when you have to rise to the occasion. So we just probably haven't seen the end of this for a while.
Now, you guys heard exactly what Mary Kay Cabot said. She basically told on herself. She stated that Deshaun Watson was already the quarterback one for the Cleveland Browns in the sense because of his 3-time Pro Bowls, taking the Houston Texans to the playoffs, and his veteranism in the NFL. So this is the reason why she said that Deshaun Watson was already quarterback one, and she wrote the article. But now she's contradicting herself because now it's a quarterback competition. But from the start, you wanted Todd Monken to just name Deshaun Watson quarterback one without letting the competition play out, because Todd Monken has already stated that this is a quarterback competition. That's why he can't name his starter, because then you go on to say that you can't really evaluate somebody until they're in their pads. But you did. You evaluated Deshaun Watson because of the 3 Pro Bowls, the playoff appearance, and what he did with the Houston Texans. But Mary Kay, do you realize Shedeur Sanders played the last 7 games of the NFL season last year for the Cleveland Browns? And Todd Monken has already stated that Shedeur Sanders' maturation process is a beautiful thing to watch. So, Mary Kay, you really ain't even gave Shedeur Sanders a fair shake. Now you saying that he's nipping at Deshaun Watson's heels. So basically, you still are on this notion that this is Deshaun Watson's job to lose. This is a competition. Nobody has lost a competition until the winner has been revealed. I just think Mary Kay is delusional in this sense. And then basically, like Anthony Lima said, and I got to agree with Lima on this, she is basically criticizing Todd Monken, and she don't understand what he's doing as a head coach when it comes down to these 2 quarterbacks. I think the problem is that Todd Monken has showed Mary Kay Cabot who Todd Monken really is in these media day sessions when Mary Kay Cabot asked all these questions about the quarterback, and Todd Monken said, "Are you going to come with something different besides a quarterback question?" See, this is the only thing that Mary Kay really right on, is the fact that Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders are in a real quarterback competition. And I think Mary Kay Cabot, on a sense, thinks that Deshaun Watson can be the 2020 Deshaun Watson. That was 6 years ago. The NFL has changed. The speed is different. But you already stated that how can you evaluate somebody when they're not in pads? So you jump into conclusions and rush to judgment and say, just name Deshaun Watson the starting quarterback. And then one thing, guys, I want y'all to listen to is go back and listen to what Ken Carman said. I don't have the clip because I didn't want to focus on that. But Ken Carman basically said that he is reporting off of what the insiders and the media are saying about this quarterback competition between Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. He said he hasn't seen nothing. He's been at a different camp for 3 days. How are you part of the Cleveland media and you're just reporting what you're hearing from your compadres? There's footage out there on what Shedeur Sanders is looking like in OTAs and mini camp. And there's footage out there of Deshaun Watson and what he's looking like in OTAs and mini camp. And you're telling me that you haven't seen none of that? You're just going off of what people are telling you? That's why sometimes, man, we can't take these Cleveland media personnel and these insiders serious when they talking about this quarterback competition that Todd Monken said it is. Ken Carman, you got to do your homework. But as far as Mary Kay, you told on yourself. And I think that's the delusional world that you're living in. I see everybody in the comments section, #salute. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh, yeah. Just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.